11. Now this week we've been hearing the story of Ramnik Varu from Rushy Mead. So far he's told us about his journey to Leicester from Uganda via Yugoslavia, Greece, and various other points in Europe actually, in 1970 at the age of just 22. Then teaching Indian musical instruments throughout Leicester's schools to spending time in his greenhouse growing his absolutely epic chilies. Well, during lockdown, Ramnik was encouraged by his son Ketan to make videos of his story for his grandchildren. Bill Ketan, no stranger to this programme, of course, as he's behind Leicester-run family business Spice and Tice. But we didn't know that the inspiration for the business, I thought it always came from Ketan's mum. That was what I was led to believe. Anyway, turns out it came from his dad Ramnik and his love of cooking.
We are in my garage here. My garage.
This isn't any normal garage.
No. I just done a special kitchen fitting inside here just to make some recipes.
Because you're a demon cook.
I like to do cooking as well, you know, because musicians was allowed to do cooking and playing music as well.
So look, I wanted to talk to you about this because this is where a national company started, in here.
Correct.
And I always thought, wrongly, that it was your wife, Manjuli, that effectively was the inspiration. And I know she's an amazing cook.
Yeah.
But it was actually you. Tell us how it came about.
I started when my children went to universities. They always missed some curries, you know. So they used to tell me, Dad, we're missing your curries. Can you send us some packs? How do we do it, you know? So I used to do some packs for them, you know, sachets. Sachet 1, 2, and 3. I do all the blends for them. And I used to write instruction. First part is this one, second part is this, third part is this one. So when they went to university, they used to cook, and they get exact result, perfect result, you know. So my children, they loved it, and my son Ketan, when he was in university, he used to make large pot for his friends as well, and his friends were hooked very badly. He says, oh, and his friend says, told Ketan that I should make some packets for them, you know. So I kept doing them for free. Then the idea came into the mind that let me do this for people who don't know how to cook. So let's do it. So I told Ketan, that's a brilliant idea. So we did about 250 packets, and the idea was to go in the food market and give it free of charge to people to try curries, you know. So we went in Tilton on the hill. There was a food market there. We went there. It was very windy day, and we gave these packets free of charge to the people who came to the show. And we also wrote inside that if you like our curries, give your honest opinion and let us know if you like it, and if you want us to supply, let us know. And I got a tremendous response. He said, we loved his authentic curry, fantastic, no hassle, because we did all the hard work for them. They only bought the raw material like chicken, meat, anything from their local butchers. Then they suggested us that we should supply this butcher because they have bought from material. So I went to see the butcher and said, look, I got these curry kits. If you like to keep in your store, I'll give you commission to you. You can keep this, and all the things, raw material they required, they'll get from you. So it was a win-win situation for both of us, you know. So he said, why not? So within a week, he sold 250 packets. And then he said, can you supply another 250? So I went, we supplied more packets, and he kept on selling. And the people started enjoying, and then, you know, it spread like a wild, you know. And some butchers also started, he says, why don't you supply me as well? He says, we want to try you. So then we started supplying all the different places like garden stores and all this. So it spread like a wild. And then we just got a unit, you know, we started getting a small unit in Lee Circle. We started working there because it wasn't appropriate place to at home to do. So we got a unit and we started doing more packets there. We invested in machinery and more staff to help us out, and then we got the second unit, then the third unit, and then finally we got a bigger unit now, and all the big supermarkets, they started placing the order. He says, we heard a lot about you, we would like to have some products from you. And my son Ketan, I said, Ketan, you better take over the charge, and I'm coming back on the back seat. So Ketan is now managing director of the company, so he will tell you more about the business and everything.
Ketan's been on the show many times before, but do you still keep a wary eye on what he's doing?
Yes, I do occasionally. I go to my factory and check everything, but I just go on Saturday on weekends just to see what's happening and just keep an eye. But it's my baby, you know. I like to go and see what's happening and check, and also check that my staff is okay, and then also do a little bit of machine repairing or anything needed doing. I do there as well. But Ketan is the main boss, you know. He sometimes tells me not to go in the factory, you know. But I insist I must go.
Does that? And I know that the range has exploded enormously to everything from the original curries to South American food, and I mean it's just an amazing range. But is that original curry that you used to make, that blend, does it still taste the same?
Exactly.
Really?
If you buy one packet today and after 5 years you buy the same packet, there is no change of the taste. It will remain same. We want to keep the same level of the thing, you know. So it's beautiful, and even now small children, students, they use a lot of our curries in schools, in their university. They prepare it nicely, you know. I remember when we were doing NEC, so National Exhibition Center, this little boy, he came with his parents and grandparents with him, and he was buying all the curry kits. That little boy, he said, I want this one, I want this one. And I said, why this one? He said, he's the chef. That little boy, he used to get all the curry kits for the family because he perfected cooking so well. And I felt very, very proud, you know. Ketan, they all were amazed to see this little boy. And he made a really good selection, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely speaking to you.
Such a lovely man, a lovely family too, actually. Hope you've enjoyed those. You can listen to that again on BBC Sounds if you want to have a listen. It's 20 to 12. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester.